Yo, welcome back to more Tsukihime. It has been a minute since I have done anything related to Tsukihime. I guess, besides the Suki remake trailer, Melty Blood getting a remake as well. God, it is a great time to be a Tsukihime fan. And I'm ready to dive back into it because I just got done going through Fate Hollow Ataraxia. And now we're full steam ahead, going through this before going through Kagetsu Toya, then going through Melty Blood. We're back on this crazy train. I do love this story that Nasu wrote about his vampires, so I look forward to seeing what this is. I don't know what all this is, specifically, I guess wallpaper and end. But this first one, I guess, seems to be what delves into the, main, story of what this is, just based on me clicking on it before and me just, testing the volume of the music in this game. So I guess we're gonna start here, and we'll see where this goes. I don't have much more to say about it than that. I'm ready to just jump into it, so let's go. The side story contains material related to the main storyline of Tsukihime. Please take a breather and read this story after reaching one of the endings in Tsukihime. They say just one. We got them all, baby. Alright. With a slashing sound, Shiki-san's... this song. With a slashing sound, Shiki-san's knife goes through his opponent's dominant arm. It's over. With that, he just falls to the ground. Shiki-san lets out a sigh of relief. Oh. The killer, lies motionless on the ground. So this is one of the endings where Shiki, I guess, kills Roa Shiki. But he's not dead. I can tell that he's only unconscious. I couldn't tell since it was so far away, but it seems Shiki-san tackled the killer at the same time he cut the killer's arm. Oh, we are not Shiki right now. I guess it makes sense referring to him as Shiki-san. I'm surprised at how similar this is to events in comic books. Huh? But something strange. The killer's arm lying on the ground is without a scratch. It's not even bleeding. Yet the killer is unconscious. I'm surprised all the more. Akira-chan? Putting away his knife, Shiki-san puts out his hand to me as I'm on the ground. Oh yes, excuse me. I take his hand and stand back up. Akira-chan. Still shocked from what just happened, my legs are a little weak. I can't stand up straight, so I grab onto Shiki-san's arm. Man, this is so embarrassing. I can't speak clearly right now, so I shake my head. I want to say I'm alright. I don't want to see the man on the ground. I'm confused since I've never hugged a man before. Anyway, everything in my head is pure chaos. Yeah, shall we go somewhere else? What is happening? He must have guessed what I wanted to say as he starts to walk with my hand in his. When he reaches the school gate, he turns around. That must have been terrible for you. He smiles as if it was nothing at all. Oh. At that instant, the deep chills running through me disappear and I suddenly feel like crying. It's because Shiki-san is acting so calm. He's amazing. All he said were those words, but they make me feel like everything that happened was just a dream. It makes me feel so stupid for trembling in fear earlier. So, we end up going to eat together. When I first got treated, I was treated to a good strawberry pie. I imagine it'll be something not quite as good this time, but I guess it can't be helped. It all started 3 days ago. Yeah, alright, please. We're doing this kind of thing. Please fill me in. I got to know Tono Shiki-san because I, Seo Akira, was greeted by a stranger. Seo Akira. Alright, we already got a new character. Forgive me if they were mentioned in Tsukihime. It has been a while since I played, so in the back of my mind, I'm wondering if I've heard that name before, but I'm pretty sure I have not, so. Short story, Alliance of Illusionary Eyes. First day. Ooh. We're fate. The town slowly changes as we draw closer to the end of December. It doesn't change the fact that it's loud here, but it gets much more gorgeous and at the same time shows the gloominess that everything is drawing to an end. The town after the 25th of December is full of contradiction, rowdy yet lonely. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to picture the timeline of events, but in regards to Tsukihime, I believe, since I do remember in Tsukihime, like, I remember November, I think was one of the months, it went through. So this is probably after, after the main story, and not like within it. Christmas has ended and we wait for the new year. I mean, considering what just happened that we saw in the intro, I guess that wouldn't be a bad guess anyway, but 5 days of relaxation before both an end and a beginning. I was walking around with nothing to do. I came to this town, which is a station away from the town I live in, because I wanted to be alone. It all started a few days ago. Wait, are we doing a few days before a few days ago? My eyes were special to begin with, but I saw something especially strange about a month ago. Oh? It was an outrageous, completely unrealistic spectacle. There, with a knife in my hand, I was dismantling things that looked like people. Okay. I don't know what meaning that vision had. But since then I haven't been able to laugh naturally. I only go along with everyone else. I laugh even when I don't want to. It's simple. I just can't laugh naturally anymore. Jeez. I should already be used to strange things. But that vision changed something. I guess you can say it was dramatic how much the world changed for me in just the past few days. Okay, so... So this is Seo Akira. Yet for a moment I was like, wait, eyes special. Dismantling things that look like people, knife in hand. Who is this person? And I was like, are we Shiki? But I guess this is them. I mean, they just said, I came to this town, which is a station away from the town I live in. If we're assuming this is the town that, obviously, Shiki and everyone's from, but I guess I'll just keep going. I certainly don't hear good rumors about the Tono Mansion, but okay, there you go. I walk through the town while I murmur to myself, so is this someone else with the mystic eyes of death perception, or some other kind of mystic eyes? I never had a purpose in the first place. I was only walking aimlessly through town to calm my mind. You shouldn't commit murder. Yeah, that's true. Then, I hear someone behind me yell something terrible. What? Many people, including me, turn around. There is a girl who looks like a middle schooler standing there with her shoulders shaking. I don't know who you are, but you shouldn't do such a thing. It seems the girl is yelling at everyone that's walking by. Hey, what's that about? What, you know her? It is the end of the year. A lot of weird people pop up around this time. The people just stare coldly at her and keep walking. Oh, hold on. You really shouldn't do it, okay? The girl keeps shouting while standing amidst the waves of people. She must not mind looking weird as she continues to yell all those strange things. Interesting. I guess this is some sort of fate. Haha. I work out what I'll say to her as I walk towards her. Who is this? I call out to the girl and bring her to a less crowded place. I did not expect the Santa outfit. The girl is looking up at me uneasily. She has short black hair. For a brief moment, she even looks like a boy. It's like a Santa Christmas poncho. She wears plain, simple clothes, and a pretty scarf is wrapped around her neck. It's a nice scarf. It's probably because the scarf is fox-colored, but I get this impression that she looks like a small fox. Well, let me correct myself. I said she must not mind looking weird, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Her face is apple red, and her body is still shaking from nervousness. She has timid, hesitant eyes, and her petite frame is reminiscent of a small animal. I can't even imagine that she has the guts to start shouting in the middle of town. After saying that line again, are you the one who is going to commit murder? Did you have a vision too? Her question is full of depth. I have to say I'm interested now. I decided to go somewhere else to hear her out. My school doesn't allow me to go to places like this. She looks around while speaking hesitantly. She really does seem like a small fox. Since your guardian is with you, don't worry about it. Don't just stand there, have a seat. She gives me a reserved response and sits down. Strawberry pie here is really great. But, you know, it's embarrassing for a guy to order a pie for himself, right? I was always thinking about coming here with a girl and having some pie. Okay, so I was wondering if Seo was a guy or a girl, so it seems to be a guy. And interesting they bring up the pie, since we know that when they were first treated, I guess by Shiki, that they had the pie. The strawberry pie, I should say. I just keep talking to the silent girl. I'm not expecting any reply. I'm just talking because I want to. I'll pay the bill. If you have something you want to eat, go right ahead and order it. But man, you're not allowed to go into a cafe? Where do you go to school? But then again, I reserve the right to be confused about who, you know, what and who is actually going on here, so forgive me. We'll just keep going. The girl only hangs her head and looks at me uneasily. Sheesh. Getting her to talk is like pulling teeth. Well, you won't mind having the same thing as me? I like tea, so I shouldn't order something that won't fit your taste. I flag down the waitress and order 2 huge strawberry pies, 2 lemon teas, especially torts that caught my eye when I walked in the store, and a raspberry cheesecake. Wow. Then, she stops hiding her face with the menu and looks at me. She looks like she wants something. I see. It's not something to boast about, but I'm good at reading silent requests. Oh, hold on. Can you make that 2 cheesecakes? The waitress says it's fine and goes back. Oh, you like the cheesecake? Yes, I like raspberries. She said it pretty clearly. Well, time to get myself together and get to the main topic. Let me ask you, what was all that about earlier? You don't look like you'd do something like that even as a prank. You're right. I'm not good at joking. I thought so. It wasn't a funny joke. It's not? It was a joke? No. It's not a pleasant topic, and first of all, your eyes look too serious. I don't know why, but you were serious. If anybody could point at you and laugh, that'd be a bad joke too. She stares at me. It seems she's trying to figure out if I'm to be trusted or not, so yeah, she's got it. The silence continues. After the strawberry pie arrives, I cut it in half and eat a piece. The crispy crust and the gentle strawberry sweetness. It sure is as good as advertised. Now I want some. What? I stop my fork and look back at her. I can actually... Yeah, I know. You want to say you can see the future, right? There you go. Had a vision of a murder. But she doesn't seem to know who. That's why she's screaming at everybody. Huh? She gasps. So, do we have that power as well? Is that why we're so intuitive about that? Well, I only said what popped in my mind, but I guess I was right. Well, can you at least tell me your name? My name is Tonoshiki. Oh, so we are Shiki. Okay. So why from his perspective were we talking about we heard rumors about the Tono mansion? The framing of that was a little confusing, so... Because yeah, I was like, it was too big of a coincidence to be like, our special eyes. We were just killing things that weren't human. That looked like people but weren't, but... Yeah, okay, so thank you, game. Got it. Oh, yes. My name is Seo Akira. Okay, so this is how Shiki met Seo Akira. We're not from her perspective anymore. That is a little confusing, but we're good now. She must be really shocked that I guessed correctly. The girl, Seo Akira, is blushing as she answers. Alright, so we Shiki right now. First day 2. You want to say you can see the future, right? Do we have blue hair? I thought I was looking at Mikia for a second. But he has dark hair too, I don't know why. I'm not used to seeing Shiki. The man I met for the first time, I guess his name is Tonoshiki, said that as if it was the most natural thing in the world. So, okay, so we're jumping back and forth. Okay. How did you know? I timidly look at Tono-san. Tono-san makes a friendly face. Also, yes, this does remind me of Kara no Kyokai. Just because. I'm used to things like that. His voice is very kind. I don't know if I should put it this way, but my first impression of him is that he's like a cute puppy. Things like that? Yeah. But, well, I guess this is the first time someone asked me if I'm going to commit murder. That really surprised me. He laughs. This is because of his glasses with black rims. He's like a small boy when he laughs, and it calms me down. Oh, that suddenly embarrasses me. He didn't come to talk to me because he was just interested in me, nor was he trying to pick me up. Well, I would hope not. Were you surprised? He shows no malice as he nods. I'm sorry. I didn't know who it was, so I thought you might be the one, Tono-san. Huh? Something bugs me as I say Tono-san. I wonder what it is. You don't have to apologize, but I invited you here because I wanted to know what made you say that. Can I call you Akira-chan? I nod quietly. I feel a little happy, but also a little embarrassed. It's the first time that a man other than my dad called me that. I'll go right to the point since we don't have much time. Please don't laugh. It'll let me finish the story faster. Okay. Being concise is good. Okay. As you said, there are times when I can see people's future, or more like an event that will happen soon. It only happens once in a while, but I'll get really dizzy and can't even open my eyes, and then a vision enters my head, but I won't be able to recall it, so I just end up knowing it. Got it, okay. So it means you can't replay in your mind what you saw, but you know all the details, huh? How convenient. I don't know since I'm no expert, but is it because the future isn't as determined as the past? That would make sense. The information as individual parts are all there, but it must mean that the whole picture is yet to be determined. There you go. Tono-san drinks the tea while he thinks to himself with a difficult expression on his face. Huh? What kind of a person is he? It's not a normal reaction. Oh, if only you knew. Normally people would laugh. This is too weird. Looking at me kindly is just too weird. That's sad. Believe me? Nobody would make up a lie like that, right? It's too risky to lie about being able to see the future. What a direct answer. I see. Now that you mention it, you're right. Nobody would lie about that. I'm already playing that game that I did when I read Tsukihime before. It's like, I wonder who's talking right now. Because sometimes new quotations would start, and it'd be the same person. But I seem to be doing okay so far. Besides the switching, which has already bamboozled me. Flashbacks to Koaku and Hisui. Sheesh. Tono-san nods in agreement. I guess it's meaningless to be suspicious of him. So, what do you do when something like this happens? Seeing the future is much more useful than seeing the past. Does anything good come of it? I guess for him to say that is relevant. The weird Tono-san asks me a weird question. What? What I'm asking is this. Let's say you see a future where your friend's going to get hurt. Would you try to help that friend? Yes. I was able to do so several times before. Oh, cool. They usually say I'm just butting in, but the future result can be changed with hard work. Tono-san looks surprised, but it seems he understands. Yeah. You're a good girl, Akira-chan. My heart jumps. Tono-san's smile is kind, but it actually looks really... But I see. Seeing the future sure is useful. I thought the future couldn't be changed no matter what. It's just like the cat in the box. If you determine that it's dead, the cat has to die. You're right. I thought so at first. But I grew to realize that it's different. I think I'm not seeing the person's future, but I might be seeing their past. That could also be possible, considering what's happened. After tilting his head in wonder, Tono-san nods in comprehension. Oh, you must be smart, right? I bet you're good at science. That's not true. I'm not good at memorizing. Really? That's strange. That must mean you're using your capacity on something else. The background of people, well, I guess you could call it their history or memory. But seeing that means you're seeing the past, right? It's the same in your case, but you take it a step further. You calculate from the past that you read and literally predict the future. Oh, that's why you can change the future you see, unlike normal futures others see. That's kind of crazy. That's amazing. You're different from a failure like me. Oh, yes. I think that's probably true. After I say that, I realize that I'm watching Tono-san absent-mindedly. It is surprising, after all. This person just guessed what I haven't been able to figure out for about a year. Also, what is he wearing? It's with the black turtleneck with the lab coat. Interesting attire for these two. This person just guessed what I haven't been able to figure out for about a year. So that was why you were shouting those things back then? But that was too thoughtless. Tono-san stabs the cheesecake with his fork and takes the whole piece to his mouth. You saw someone's future when you were walking in that crowd. The future you saw went against human morals, and it wasn't something you could ignore. But there were too many people, so you couldn't figure out whose future it was you saw. You called out in spite of your embarrassment, but none of the cold-hearted people listened to you. That's your story, right? That's right, but you're wrong. You listened to me. Well, I don't count since I'm a curious guy. But I want to talk about the person who you saw the future of. Either way, I bet that person won't let you be. Is it him? His expression changes from kind to scary. What do you mean by either way? I mean, even if the person has committed it or has yet to commit it. Eerie, my heart jumps again. Tono-san knows. He knows what I saw and what it will bring upon me. Is she gonna die? Right? You said you shouldn't commit murder. It's not worth listening to for a normal person, but it's not something you can ignore for someone who has or is about to do such a thing. If that person was about to do such a thing, I'm sure that person would be after you right now. Let's hope not. Shiki. I quickly look around the cafe. Wait, I wouldn't be able to figure out if someone followed me here. I think it's bad even if this person has yet to kill someone. That performance by you is not something that is easily forgettable. I don't think you need to worry, but we have to keep in mind what kind of person this is, right? There is a possibility the person will remember you after killing someone and then come searching for you. His voice is now cold. I'm sure he's mad at my thoughtlessness. You weren't thinking about that? I did think about it. But what I saw was so ugly that... So you were more concerned about the people that might get killed instead of yourself, huh? Jeez, that kind of thing is my weak spot. Tono-san looks up at the ceiling. Tono-san? I'm shaking from hearing the word killed coming from Tono-san's mouth. I'm a coward. A vision of death is a rather common thing to be seeing in people's future. I guess it can't be helped. I want to help you. I won't be a bother, right? Huh? Help me? Don't act dumb. You're going to go search for this killer by yourself, right? He's amazing. This person looks calm, but he's actually really scary. He can be. I was totally wrong to call him a cute dog. I bet he's a wolf when he takes off his glasses. Yep. I'd love that, but it's impossible. It's impossible for normal people to look for someone that they don't even know the face of. And can I just say, man, like, when her saying that is funny, but it also makes me think back to the Tsukihime remake trailer. God, it's such a good trailer, dude. If you somehow have not seen it, please go watch it. Oh, man. I'm not a normal person. They're not as special as yours, but I also have special eyes. And since they're weak, I can control their ability. Well, I wouldn't say that. I think they are suitable for searching for people. No way. You can see the future as well? You can see their death. Hey now, I just told you people don't lie about things like that. Well, my eyes aren't that concrete as yours. That's funny, they both their eyes see the death of someone, but in different ways. That's kind of cool. Tono-san taps his glasses with his finger. And I guess that's why he says his are weaker, but you know. I see. That must be why he listened to me and believed what I said. If that's the case, he's certainly reliable and might be able to find this someone. When I see the future, it's usually one day into the future. I've already given up somewhat, but if Tono-san helps me, I might be able to change the future. Then it's decided. I have a request. Will you call me Shiki-san? I told you my name, so please call me by my first name. Oh, okay. If you say so, Shiki-san. When I say Shiki-san, I finally realize what's been bugging me. Could you be the older brother of Tono-senpai? Oh, you know Akira. Huh? He looks really surprised as he slumps his shoulders. Hold on, Tono-senpai? Shiki-san watches me in bewilderment. And are you a student at the Asagami Academy? Yes, I'm in my second year of middle school. There you go. Tono-senpai has helped me on a lot of things. Well, but Tono Akira is in high school, yeah. You're in middle school, right? Yes, but the middle school and the high school at our school aren't that separated. Yeah, that's why at first I didn't say right away. I was like, oh, is she at Asagami? But wait, Akiya's in high school, so there you go. Glad they addressed it. Tono-senpai and I are both in the student council, so we always see each other at the meetings. Cool. Shiki-san covers his face with his hands. It's like fate. But it's Tsukihime. He stays quiet for a while. Yes? Can you please keep this a secret from Akira? That I talk to you like this? I don't know what she'll do to me if she found out I picked up... Oh, this is... God damn it. I'm used to her being the one that says, Shiki-san sounds really troubled. I'm fine with that. But do you find Tono-senpai so hard to deal with? The question that just popped in my head kind of slipped out. Well, not really. Uh-huh. Shiki-san gives a vague answer. Oh, would you like this tort? You like raspberry, right? He hands me the plate as if bribing me. So what was this future that you saw? Huh? That's... Oh, you can keep eating. I like how you eat, without reserve. Oh, I'm not that vulgar. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how to respond to that. It's a little weird, but alright. I wipe my mouth with a napkin and stare into his eyes. When I saw were bits and pieces. I saw a few people in pools of blood and someone with a scary face who was holding a knife. Alright, that's Shiki, I guess. It was dark, so there's nothing to help me identify the locations. But I only saw one person at a time, so I don't think they get killed in the same place. Aha. I wonder if there's going to be significant choices in this one. And if so, that line of, I don't think they get killed in the same place, could be like a meta thing, depending on choices. But who knows? One person at a time, huh? So how many were there total? There were 3. The first is the girl about my age. She's tanned with dyed hair that's about this long. Tanned with dyed hair, okay. Shiki-san silently asks me to continue. The second person is in his 30s. I think he's a bit shorter than you. He's chubby and has a kind-looking face. He's wearing distinctive clothing, yellow overalls. What? So many new characters. Oh, that's distinctive. There are only 2 places around here that have yellow overalls as their work uniform. Shiki-san answers and then continues to ask for more information about this man. He asks me his features, my impression of him, and even how he was killed. I see. I don't think I have enough clues, but it'll be worthwhile to go look for him. Huh? You're going to go look for the second victim? Yeah, it's more practical to search for someone that's going to get attacked rather than this killer we know nothing about. That's true, but... Alright, tell me about what the third person looks like. You should tell me while the memory's vivid. Despite what Shiki-san says, my memory won't fade no matter how much time passes. As I can only remember it in words, the information isn't going to fade. Well, I don't know if that's the reason or not, but I don't find visuals too interesting. In my case, I fall for sounds. My heart even jumps if a salesman over the phone has a good voice. Well, back to the main subject. The third person is a woman, but she doesn't have many special features. I only know that she had long hair. That's troubling. Can't search for her in that case. Long hair. Shiki-san ponders with a difficult expression. Well, I guess it does no good to think too much. So how was this person killed? The same as before. Her limbs are cut off. In her case, she was missing both her hands. The first person is only in a pool of blood. The second person is missing an arm and leg. And the third person's missing both her hands, huh? This guy must be carrying a dangerous weapon. It'd be hard to cut apart a human being unless he has a saw or something. Or some eyes. And he can't just be a random killer. The killer has to slowly dismantle the body in a place where people can't see. Shiki-san murmurs something dangerous and entirely unsuited for his kind-looking face. So who's this guy you saw last? You said he had a knife, but he's not dead? No, he was just holding a knife. But he seems scary. He's like the killer you'd see in a movie. Wow, I wonder who he may be. Yeah, Shiki, I wonder. So what does he look like? He had glasses and a white coat. I looked down after looking at him. I can't say it. I think the guy with the knife looked like Shiki-san. Alright, so she just straight up says she thinks it could be him. But the guy with the knife didn't have his glasses on, and I'm sure he's younger than Shiki-san. Didn't have his glasses, well that still could be, but younger is interesting, so... Okay. I don't remember very well, but I think he may be the killer. What? So the killer saw himself in the mirror after he killed those people? I can't see ordinary things like that. I only see unusual things in all the people involved. I'm not an involved person, but just an observer. I see. That's good. Oh, wait, it's not. You don't remember what he looks like, right? I shake my head. Shiki-san sighs with relief. I guess we have to just keep searching. I'm going to go search for the second person now. You should... I think you shouldn't do anything. This is a guy that's going to be a killer. He might be already following you and watching you. Wouldn't it be crazy if Shiki was like the antagonist of this plus disc? Wouldn't that be wild? I look around once again. But I don't think that's going to happen, of course. Even so, there's no way I can identify the killer. It's dangerous for a girl to walk alone. Let me handle the search, and you can just think about the future that you saw. But isn't it dangerous for you as well? It's not. Well, it'll be simple if the killer is following us and thinks that I'm on your side. I'm pretty confident in my skills, so you don't have to worry. Shiki-san stands up. I'll contact you tomorrow if things go well. Can you tell me your number? Well, I'm on vacation right now. Shiki-san looks surprised. There's this thing I want to go to at the end of the year, but they're reconstructing the dorm this year. Everyone's going back to their families, but my house is far away. So I'm staying here by myself until I'm done with that business. Well, that's dangerous. Staying here? You mean you're staying at your friend's house or something? No, I'm staying at a hotel near here. I guess something happened there 2 months ago, but it's really cheap. I planned this since I knew I could stay here for a week at that price. Hotel? Oh, that hotel. Wait, is it that hotel? The one where Neo Chaos fucking ate everybody? Though this begs the question, what events are canon to this plus disc? Because this is clearly post those events, but I don't know. This is like the same thing I asked when I played Hollow Ataraxia. And the way that game handled it made sense. But for this game, I don't know. But maybe it won't have to address it if it just keeps the cast small in terms of like new characters. Or excuse me, restricts the cast to new characters rather than those it would have to explain like being here or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Shiki-san grows pale, then shakes his head. I'm staying in a room 2 on the 11th floor, so I think you can just call the hotel. Don't tell me that's the same floor it happened on, too. I see. Alright, I'll contact you if I find out anything. Though Shiki's reaction to that being, like him saying that hotel, I mean, he could just know the hotel. But it could indicate a near side route thing. I don't know. I'll take the bill so you can stay here as long as you want. That was a slow... That was a slow wipe transition. That was kind of freaky. Shiki-san waves goodbye and leaves. He sure is strange. I watch him through the window. Then, it suddenly hits me. Wow. It'd be a new record if I got it once a month, but twice a day? Am I using my talent in the wrong places? It's a dark night. Beside an empty building. A big wall on one side. I think it's a gym at a school. The two are confronting each other. One is Shiki-san, and the other is the boy with the knife. Oh. After talking for a bit, they attack each other and... Who would Shiki be fighting? It has to be someone new, right? Or, I don't know. Maybe another dead apostle ancestor or something? No way. Shiki-san got stabbed. I'm astonished at my words, but it's certainly the future. Shiki-san. I run out after Shiki-san, but I can't find him anywhere. No matter how hard I look, he's nowhere in sight, so I go back to the hotel not knowing what to do. I mean, yeah, you can't. You don't know, so. Oh yeah, I can call Senpai. There you go. The simple solution hits me when I get back. Senpai's phone number is... I find her phone number in the address book. Most of the students in middle school know her phone number, but I bet nobody has ever called her. They say only her roommates Soka and Hanae are the ones that can talk freely to her. Soka. I don't know there's another person that's as trusted, yet feared as her. The people in high school say we've got it good since we can trust her, but don't have to face her. I start to think it might be too much for me to call her. But Shiki-san's life is on the line, so I can't be scared. Sorry if the music is a little loud. I gotta balance the audio more for the next time. Oh yeah, I got acquainted with the brother of the famous Tono Senpai. How lucky of me. I'll brag to everyone once the new quarter starts. This is the Tono household. May I ask who is calling? I wonder who answered. Probably Hisui. Hey, I guess I unconsciously dialed the number. A sudden revelation causes my voice to stop working properly. This is the Tono household. Please calm down. I hear a soft voice over the phone. Oh, yes, I'm calm. I take a deep breath. I'm sorry to call so late. I'm Seo Akira. Is Tono Senpai there? Yes, please hold on a moment. After a polite reply and a brief silence, it's gotta be Hisui. Oh god, this is Akiya, right? I just realized I gave Seo a little bit of Akiya's voice I used to do. Yes, this is Tono. I hear the familiar voice that I can never get accustomed to. Good evening, senpai. I hate how I get nervous so easily. There's only silence. Man, I bet senpai's just astonished. Seo? Oh yes, it's me, senpai. I see. It's really surprising for you to call me. Senpai sounds like she's having fun. I bet there's something behind her words. Senpai has this bad habit of teasing someone weak, so I'm often teased in the meetings. I guess it looks to others like she's taking care of me, but it sends a chill up my spine when she smiles at me. So what's your business? I believe it's too early for a New Year's greeting. No, is Shiki-san home yet? Crack. It almost sounds like she crushed the phone receiver. Seo, what do you mean by Shiki-san? I'm home. I hear a man's voice behind Tono Senpai. Okay, I was wondering. Oh, Shiki-san's home? I made it. Senpai, can I talk to Shiki-san real quick? I have something I need to tell him. I ask frantically. After a sigh, she apparently hands the phone to Shiki-san. Hello? My heart jumps at the voice. Maybe it has a different tone over the phone, or maybe I was too intent on watching his face earlier. Is she crushing on Shiki? But I think he has a good voice. I fall for sounds, and Shiki-san's voice is like a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Wow, what a description. This is Seo. Crap, my heart's beating fast. I forgot to tell you one thing. Please don't walk around at night. You're telling the wrong person. Especially around the gym, okay? Alright, but by gym, do you mean the gym at my school? Ching. Damn it, Akiya. Ha. Wow, that was surprising. I crumble to the floor and take another deep breath. Jesus, get it together. But it's okay now. Shiki-san understood, so I bet that future won't occur. If there is a problem about this phone call, it's not knowing what Tono Senpai will do to me in the student council meeting next year. I'm scared of next year. Yeah, Akiya didn't seem too happy about that. Like, how the hell do you know her? Man, I feel bad seeing the article in the morning newspaper. A single man found dead and dismantled. The victim is Nakayama Minato, working for Hashido Transportation. Hashido Transportation is the place where all employees wear bright yellow uniforms. There you go. God damn it. That's the second victim, so... It's not specified in the article, but his arm and leg must be missing if he was found dismantled. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. It's more of just a repeating tick. Jeez, this is how things end up after I do my best after partying with that Seo Akira girl. Oh, there you go, okay. It's be on the newspaper already. I wonder if Akira-chan is reading it. I feel sorry for her if she did. So 1 day has passed. Two more days until the events of the gym, I guess. Or at school, I should say. I should break it to her as gently as I can. I wonder how long this plus disc is. I guess we'll find out. But that must mean the first one is yet to be found. I guess the second one was killed much more quickly. Like, I wonder if this has, like, routes, or if this is just this story. I don't know, because there's multiple options on the main menu, so I guess I'll see. It's meaningless to think about it. I throw away the morning newspaper I picked up earlier and walk to a payphone. I call the hotel and have them connect me to room 2 on the 11th floor. Oh, Akira-chan? I'm nearby. Can you come out? I can buy you lunch. Seo Akira comes right away. She looks like she wasn't able to sleep well last night. Good morning, Shiki-san. This design is so interesting to me. It's charming how she greets me energetically in spite of that. Let's walk for a bit. I'm the one who invited you, so I'll treat you to something good. Oh, yes, thank you. She must have loved the cake from yesterday as she looks up at me with eyes full of expectation. Well, I'll treat her to a big Japanese meal befitting that expectation. Nice. Hell yeah. We end our meal and go to the same cafe as yesterday. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I would go back too. Hell yeah. When we first sat down, Akira-chan said, hot spots sure are good on a cold day. Oh, hot pots. I'm such a fucking zoomer, man. I said hot spots. And I thought, oh, like a phone hotspot. No, hot pots. God damn it. She didn't seem to like the idea at first, but it seems she likes the angler pot. Well, now that I've calmed down, I should tell her about the news I found out this morning. But it's not good to just come out and tell her that the future she saw came true. I should talk to her a bit more and have her relax. Akira-chan, can I ask you something? Okay. Actually, you don't have to ask me like that every time since you're much older than me. Really? Then let me ask you, what do you think about your eyes? Don't you find it a nuisance? So this is a cool conversation for them to have as both wielders of mystic eyes. Mystic eyes that gift and a curse, especially. Like on the level that they experience. Akira-chan looks at me in blank amazement. I do find it unpleasant at times, but I never thought of it as a nuisance. This has been a part of me since I was little. I do get depressed when I see bad things, but I can change the future if it's a bad one, right? So I think they have their benefits. Nice. I see. You see someone's past as a memory and use it to forecast the future. And I love that twist, that she sees the past and she puts the pieces together as part of the future. Like that, to see the future that way. But that past is only a variable used to calculate the future, so you can't visually see the past unless it's something really recent. Right, okay. So that must mean you can take a peek at the future without being affected by the person's past. That's ideal. The future is only a result you get from adding the past and the present. That's math. So to see someone else's future, you have to have a thorough knowledge of that person's past and the present. You have to make that calculation. You need, like, that understanding. To calculate something as the future, you have to know them as much as you know your own life. But there are inconveniences that come with knowing that much about someone's past or present. Like the privacy of the one who is seen. Like the change in values for the one who saw it. Shiki-san, what do you mean by that? Huh? Oh, you heard me? I was just thinking what would happen if you could only see the past. Your eyes are conveniently made so that you can only see the future. But I'm thinking how terrible it must be for those who can only see the past. This is an example, but let's say you want to live in a foreign country. But you can't do that if you want to protect your current environment. So let's say you see the past of someone who used to live in a foreign country. Well, I guess it's like mixing up your past with someone else's. So the person who saw the past feels like they've actually experienced it, think that it's nothing hard, and have no problem moving to a foreign country. Leaving everything like your house and friends behind? Yes. We shut ourselves up in our set of circumstances, a specific environment to protect those circumstances. Everyone wants to go on an adventure. And then anyone could go on an adventure if they wanted to, but we can't, and we don't. We create our own environment. Naturally, it has to be an environment where it's easy for us to live in. Nobody wants to leave that comfortable environment and go on an adventure that's not easy for them. We're like creatures that run in a circular racetrack feeding off of such things as dreams, freedom, and romance. See, it's like a horse without a carrot hanging in front of him. Horse with a carrot. Without a carrot, what? But there are people who will jump over the fence and go out of the racetrack that they were circling around in. Ah. The people who can see the past and the killer you saw corresponds to these people. A creature that got away from the group has to die. Oh god. No living thing can multiply by itself, right? Not being able to multiply means it doesn't exist anymore. But there's no meaning in multiplying in the first place. It might be the case that living things are more beautiful when they get away from the group and die a lonesome death. Jesus, Shiki. My goodness. Akira-chan gives an absent-minded response. That was a hell of a monologue he went on there. Oh, I've gotten off the main topic. Just a little. Well, speaking of the killer. But it is interesting to see Shiki like speak this way and just really go full senpai mode right now. Especially after everything that he's gone through. You didn't read the newspaper this morning, did you? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It said they found a dead man last night. He was found dismembered, and he's from that company that wears yellow uniforms like you said. Shaking the table, Akira-chan stands up. Her face gets red as she starts to shake. It seems like she wants to say something but can't find the words. Sit down. We can't say it's for sure since there wasn't a photo. It's a bad way to put it. We should wait and see since the cops aren't stupid. The only crime where they don't find the criminal are the ones where no one even knew a crime had been committed. That's the only definition of a perfect crime. That's right. As long as it has been reported as a crime, the killer will be caught. I can't say anything about when that will occur, though. Sit down. You're not responsible for this. The one at fault is the one who did this, so there's no reason to blame yourself. You shouldn't be mistaken about that. Look, if it's a crime to not be able to stop it, when you knew about it, everyone who's watching the news about the murder would be guilty. I mean, that's a little after the fact at that point, but she still, yes, she should not blame herself. She just stands there silently. After a while, she reluctantly sits back down. Phew, I wouldn't have been able to come back to this place if you kept on standing. That's true, but you sure say scary things. Huh? What do you mean by scary things? It's nothing, but I certainly think you're right. Remember to drink water, if you have not. It's been almost an hour here. You should take a walk around, especially if you're listening on your phone, or a mobile device, or even just like, even if you're sitting down, kind of stretch your legs out, touch your toes. Do anything, man. Get that good circulation. It's healthy. Sitting too long, very not good for you. So I'm going to be having a good stretch, but when I'm done here. Akira-chan continues to murmur while looking down. Shiki-san, why did the person I saw commit murder? That's troubling. I couldn't tell you that. Well, if I have to answer, I think it's like a sexual urge. Gosh, man. Man, it just makes me think back to like, because yeah, that's how it was like for Shiki, and like for him to say that, of course, he would make that deduction, but God, it just takes me back to how fucked up a lot of the things in Tsukihime were, man. Like, oh, like just really bad. Sexual urge. Also, I don't like this conversation with her. Can we not? Her face turns bright red. She's depressed, but it hasn't changed the fact that she gets embarrassed easily. But it might be the case that the killer had to commit murder to save someone. I think there are actions that you don't want to do, but have to. I'm sure there are. Everyone has their reasons. But when it comes down to life and death, it'll come down to sexual urges. What is that sentence, man? What is that? What makes us human is our ability to build things. For everything other than that, we're only animals. For animals, life and death is nothing but their instincts. First of all, human reason won't function when we decide whether to kill or not. We're made that way. It's only natural, right? Because we wouldn't be able to kill if we used our reason and thought about it rationally. Right, it's like, it's a very primal fucking thing. Like, I get it, but it's like, Jesus. No matter what cause we might have for it during that moment, our reason no longer controls our actions. I'm sorry, I think that was a little cynical. I've experienced something like this before, so I'm blunt about death. Makes sense? Makes sense? But Akira-chan, There are many reasons for people to kill, but I think it all results from a desire to change yourself. For example, let's say you have this person you really detest. If he's alive, I can only detest. I don't want that. It's unpleasant. So to change into a person that does not detest, I will kill him. The reason for my detest. Wow. See, even in this case, the reason is just wanting to change. That is quite the logic. Is that so? That's only an excuse. If you want to change, you should find other ways to do so. I nod. Akira-chan's argument is natural. First of all, nobody will choose the last resort of murder unless they run out of ways to change themselves. But what you're saying is right. I wouldn't know, but the world around him must change after he has killed someone. To borrow your words, the environment you live in that you've worked so hard to create is destroyed by that one action. I smile since I'm so happy. This girl is really smart. I think to myself that I'd love her from the bottom of my heart if she was my sister. She's got good little sister vibes. I part with Seo Akira just like yesterday. It seems she's scared, so I told her not to leave her hotel. That was a good conversation. Well, the third one is a woman with no special features, huh? I don't know if that's easy to find or hard to find. I scratch my head. It'll be hard to find the third woman with just that information, but Akira-chan won't be staying at that hotel forever. I should respond to her expectation as quickly as possible. Oh, third day. Oh my god. Look, if it's a crime to not be able to stop it when you knew about it, everyone who's watching the news about the murder would be guilty. I wonder if that was translated differently. Maybe the intent comes in with more sense in Japanese, but those words make me think Shiki-san is a scary person. No, more strict than scary. I think lots of people will see the news of someone getting killed and sympathize, but they'll forget about it the next day, and even if they do remember it, it makes no difference to the fact that they're only watching, if all they're doing is sympathizing. I think Shiki-san was saying that you should act on it if you know about something, regardless of it being in the future or the past. Yeah, if you know, that's like a whole other burden of responsibility. So that means, it's like he's saying we are meaningless creatures that just exist, as we just watch the news and don't do anything about what we find out. But I guess, you know, the point, I understand the point, like, you see that there was a murder, you don't go out and try to catch the killer, right? You don't do anything to try to prevent more murders, because, you know, how would you even do something like that, right? That is being a monumental task in itself. That's also a danger to yourself, so you want to self-preserve. You have to, obviously you want to live, like, to be, if you're like supporting people around you, like, there's a whole lot of factors why you wouldn't want to go out and search for a fucking serial killer when you see on the news. But I, you know, I get the point of that, right? Like, you still, to see that is still to have the burden of knowledge that they're out there, right? And someone can do something about that. I think it's especially strong, of course, for Shiki and Seo, because they have, you know, special means of being able to see and, you know, perceive these things. So yeah, I guess, you know, it's inevitable for them to feel this responsibility. You know, Shiki is right. She shouldn't blame herself, and that definitely ain't gonna stop her from getting involved. I mean, she already is, so. She calls herself the observer, but she's definitely gonna get more involved. At least we already saw from the prologue, so. When I wake up, it's already past noon. Since I couldn't fall asleep until dawn, my body wants more sleep. I have to read the newspaper. I rub my sleepy eyes and use the room service to order breakfast and a newspaper. I sip on the coffee of the hotel. Shiki-san thinks I prefer tea, but I actually prefer coffee. Coffee's great. And look through the newspaper. As expected, I find an article on the third person. It just says that some woman without any special features has been killed in her home. Is that what it says? Without any special features? I don't have any proof, but I understand she must be the third person. Oh, the phone's ringing. I pick up the phone absent-mindedly. The hotel employee tells me I have a call from Tonoshiki, so I have him connect me. Oh, I'm finally able to reach you. Good morning, Akira-chan. I know it's sudden, but can you come out? Shiki-san says this just like yesterday. It's almost 4 o'clock when I get to the cafe. Shiki-san is waiting at the usual seat, so I bow to him and sit across from him. I guess you saw the newspaper, judging from your appearance. Yes. Do you think that was it as well, Shiki-san? Yeah, but I don't know. It looks like a separate case with that information. Shiki-san sounds displeased. He didn't seem that concerned yesterday, but as one would expect, he's not calm today. Are you angry, Shiki-san? Yeah. He nods and lets out a big sigh. Geez, what's up with that small article? There was only 2 lines even though someone got killed. You can't tell who got killed nor how she was killed. Okay, yeah, so the whole no special features thing, there was just nothing, barely any details. Do you think this case is unrelated? I don't think so, but you can't tell, right? Jeez, I bet they're controlling the information since it's just like the murder yesterday. We won't know what really happened like this. Shiki-san, so what will you do now? What do you do now? I don't think there will be any more victims now. That may be true, but you want to catch the killer, right? I nod. It's not a sense of justice or anything. Ha. I just think a killer shouldn't be on the loose. I like it. I see. But this is troubling. You know this man with the knife is a piece of information, but I don't know anything about him. I can't even picture it in my head when you tell me what you saw. I'm out of ideas now. I have something to say about that. Shiki-san, I can't tell him that he'll be killed by this boy with a knife. First of all, that's only the most likely future, so its precedence can go down with trivial things. What about me? I'm thinking about walking through town to look for him. I'm selfishly thinking that it'll be reassuring if you can come with me. Shiki-san snaps his fingers. You're right. We should do that. I think I can be of help to you that way. Oh, I'm glad you said so, but we probably won't find him. It's unlikely that we'll find him just by searching through town. But we can't say it won't happen. No matter how small the chance may be, it's not zero. It won't end until you give up. Saying this happily, Shiki-san gets up. Well, we should get a move on. Let's go search through town while there are lots of people around. It ain't Tsukihime if we ain't searching through town for somebody. We walk through the main streets for 3 hours, but don't find anything useful. Shiki-san doesn't complain and even bought me a hot drink when I got cold. It's almost time for dinner. Do you have anything you want to eat? Huh? Something I want to eat? To be honest, his suggestion is very timely as I haven't eaten anything since I woke up at noon. We went to a restaurant yesterday, so a more lighthearted place might be good this time. Shiki-san stops and starts to ponder. I'll stay quiet. At times like these, Shiki-san usually makes a better decision than I can. Oh. Then, I noticed 2 people walking together across the street. A person that looks like a teacher at my school, and the boy are walking together. What the fuck, they're just right there. I can't really tell since they're so far away. I can't make them out exactly, but there's no doubt about it. What's wrong, Akira-chan? Shiki-san, that person. I point at the boy. After looking at where I'm pointing, he freezes. He has glasses on, but he... What about him? He's the one that was stabbing you. Huh? Shiki-san looks at me with surprise. Oh no. I swore I wouldn't tell him about that, but I was so spaced out. Akira-chan, what do you mean he's going to stab me? I saw it. You 2 were facing each other with knives. That's why I called you to warn you not to walk around at night. Call me? Shiki-san nods as if he gets it now. I see. I guess that's a possibility as well. Jeez, I thought we could be friends since that was the last thing you saw. I see. The future you see sure is ambiguous. With that, Shiki-san grabs hard at my shoulder. I know who the killer is now. He's my sensei. What? Let's get away from here for now. We're going to the school where I attend, okay? Your sensei? Shiki-san catches a cab. I follow Shiki-san into the cab. I told Shiki-san that being at school at night is dangerous. He must have something planned to go there in spite of that. Huh? I feel dizzy after getting out of the taxi. This song. What annoys me is that the name of the school sends a chill through me. We're here. Shiki-san walks to the school and opens the lock on the gate, a padlock. This way. He takes my hand and goes onto the school grounds. Wait, he just opened it? He didn't cut it? Does he have the key? Alright, I'll let it go. No way. I know this place. Shiki-san. My voice is trembling. Shiki-san hasn't faced me since he started pulling me by my hand. What? He replies bluntly. The realization of my stupidity slams into the back of my head. Shiki-san, can I ask you something? What? This is a high school, right? But didn't you just say you attend here? I did. Is that strange? It is strange, because, you're much older than me, right? Yeah. I'll turn 22 this year. Damn, Shiki. 22, huh? Wait, you're still in this school? Oh, I see. You're a teacher here, Shiki-san? No, do you think that's possible? Wait, what? No, that's not possible. So, Akira-chan, I'm neither a student nor a teacher here, but it's true that Tonoshiki attends this school. What? Who are you? Who knows? Well, it's certain that I'm not Tonoshiki himself. What? With that, he turns around. He looks inorganic, like he has a mask on. Jeez, I take it back, I really take it back. Damn it, why did I think he was like a cute dog or a wolf? No matter how I look at him, he's just like a mantis. What is going on? Oh. Oh, not this song. Not this one. I try to get away while he's still holding my hand, but he won't let go, and he has a knife in his other hand. Not just a normal knife, but a dreadful knife made by that Smith & Something company. Why? My voice is shaking. I can't move. I know I should scream and kick him, but my body's just cowering, because I probably would be dead if that knife moves for me. I think I understand what those people in movies with a gun pointed at their head feel like. Why? Oh, why? Yeah, I really wonder why. I wanted to part with you today, but it seems I'll be stabbed by Shiki-kun if I don't do anything. They're the only connection between Shiki-kun and I, so I have to kill you, right? His grip on me tightens. Who is this? He's not in any hurry as he inches me closer to him. Is he like future Shiki? What the fuck is this guy? But she even said it's like he's wearing a mask. And he said, my sensei. Bro, what? He's not in any hurry as he inches me closer to him. Ugh, I struggle, but it has no effect. Jeez, that's why I told you to keep this a secret from Tono Akiya. I guess there's nothing that can be trusted less than a girl's promise. Wait, so when we called... Oh my god. Oh, he's pulling me in. He's really scary. Don't look like that. First of all, it's half your fault for ending up like this. I told you, right? If someone who just committed murder hears someone calling them a murderer, they won't leave you be. Yeah, it was him. So I was half right. He was the antagonist, but it wasn't really Shiki. But that murder hasn't been committed yet. At the time, not the second or the third one. I killed the first girl about an hour before I met you. There you go. Because yeah, we heard about the second victim, but I was like, wait, that's the second one. So the first one was already killed. I got curious, so I heard you out, and it turned out I was to kill 2 more. So I searched for people that matched your description and killed them. That's so fucked. It's not that your prediction was correct. I made your prediction come true, but I guess that's one kind of precognition. Oh my god. Bam! He pulls me hard and I land on his chest. Don't move too much. You feel the knife on your neck, right? It'll be terrible if you move. It'll be hard to hide blood that spills out from the carotid artery. Ah, I gulp. I feel a sharp pain as I bet my skin is a bit scratched already. I was like, should that have been cardioid? But I don't know. Anatomy. Carotid, whatever. What else should I tell you? Oh yeah, I just want to make it clear that I haven't been tricking you. I believe that you can see the future, and it's also true that I have special eyes. Unlike you, I see people's pasts. Oh. Well, that makes your conversation a lot more relevant. Well, the term see is not correct. I empathize with them, so it might be close to that of mental induction. This is like Psychopaths. Well, that's why I knew about Tonoshiki. Oh. Oh, it seems he twisted my arm and has me pinned against the wall. Huh. It was exactly a month ago. It all started when I accidentally saw Shiki-kun on the same street I saw you on and saw his past. The past he experienced was so great that it caused me to lock myself up in a room for a while. Makes sense. He has a hell of a past. I also know about the incident that happened in the hotel you're staying at. Yup. He was the lone survivor there. The lone survivor? I guess if he doesn't know about ARC. Or is this about something else? How should I put this? I guess it was destiny that we met. Also near side confirmed? I found out how to do it and it was simple to change it. That's why it's so great now. The meaningless world now looks so meaningful. His knife moves down from my neck to my chest. Well, goodbye. Your future wouldn't have been like this if you had consulted the real Tonoshiki. The knife moves. I have to run away, but I can't take my eyes off of the knife. The knife is pushed down into my chest. Well, I bet it would have ended like this anyway, even with the real Tonoshiki. He's an abnormal person, just like me. The knife thrusts, after a dry sound. Hey now, how about you stop saying all those weird things, alright? Is that real, Tono? Shiki, is that my boy? I hear a voice. Well, now I have to distinguish these two. He's holding his own hand and looking around. The knife's not in his hand, and it seems he's looking for it. Did he fucking kung fu, like, snatch the thing out of his hand when he... What? And I see a boy with glasses standing there. The boy has a knife in his hand. No matter how I look at him, he's the boy with the knife I saw. What? And this explains why the boy she sees looked younger. Because it's actually Shiki, and this guy has been just an older looking boy. Posing as him. What? I crumble onto the ground with this wall still behind me. There's the Shiki I know. Because I saw the other sprite and I was like, who is this blue tinted haired Mikia looking motherfucker? Now this is Tonoshiki. Okay, I'll just give the other guy a different voice. Shiki has always just been my voice or whatever. I heard the whole story. Are you the person that imitated me? He doesn't answer. The boy with the knife, no, the real Shiki-san, watches him in silence. Jeez, it was such a bother. Thanks to you, Senpai has been keeping a watch over me these past few days. Oh. Jeez, it was such a bother. Thanks to you, Senpai has been keeping a watch over me these past few days. How will you take responsibility for me getting treated badly since she thought I was the killer? Shiki-san complains. His voice is just like the mind-blowing one I heard when I called Tono Senpai's house. The mind-blowing voice. So, what are you planning to do? Are you going to give yourself up to the cops or keep going? If you want to continue, I don't think the person hiding in the dark will forgive you. Oh. The branches make a sound. Come to think of it, I don't think it was Shiki-san that smacked his knife away. Seo? Shieru? I mean, that's gotta be Senpai, right? Are you kidding me? He picks up his knife from the ground. He's not looking at me anymore. It seems he only sees Shiki-san now. You're saying that? When you've dismantled more human beings than me? I don't recollect killing any human beings. If it seemed that way to you, that's your problem. I love Shiki, dude. With that, Shiki-san takes a step towards him. Hold on. Aren't we of the same kind? It was meaningless for us to live. You realize that we're only running this predetermined race, right? That's why I escaped from the race. You showed me how to do it. Death is required to be reborn, but it's meaningless to die. So, murder is the way to overturn your values while you still live, right? You're the one who made me realize that's the easiest way. I see. You grew bored of living? Of course. What's fun about continuing to just multiply and build things? There isn't a clear goal nor an end, but they grow meaninglessly. See, don't you think it's weird? Humans have been turning that meaningless wheel for hundreds of years. There's no meaning in life. I can't be with the idiots that consume everything without noticing that. We should exterminate such greedy animals. And now I flash back in my mind to the conversation Shiki had with Arcuite in that classroom. What is that? Oh, what is that? What good can come of that? Shiki-san murmurs angrily. Hey, I don't want to tell you something so obvious. But if you hated this world so much, why didn't you just kill yourself? Damn. What the fuck? You said murder is the easiest method, but isn't suicide a much easier way to quit this predetermined race? Oh, what? But you can't, right? That's why all you could do was take it out on others. Life's not fun? Life's meaningless? How pitiful. You're the one living meaninglessly. You lived for tens of years, but you couldn't find anything worthwhile. Another step. Man, Shiki is disgusted, dude. Holy shit, man. Oh, man. That's so good. Because, yeah, he didn't have to take that out on others. Of course, the best way would have been to just find some fucking meaning. Easier said than done, but yeah, he didn't have to take that out on others. Shiki is disgusted with him. That is pretty disgusting. With knife in hand, Shiki-san comes toward us. You blamed it on others, and on top of that, you killed to change your values? What a terrible insult. There's nothing for the people killed by you. Exactly. Selfish as fuck. What? I'm not pitiful. The world has changed. That's why I feel so alive right now. See, my body is straining and full of life right now. That just means you're a coward. You're scared now that you've killed people, right? You're just worried that you can't return to the fun place that you believed wasn't fun. Jeez, why do I have to tell you something so obvious? Your world hasn't changed at all. It just ended. Shiki-san touches his glasses. Oh, man. Dude, this is so good, man, because this completely flipped on its head what I thought was happening. I thought the Shiki we thought was Shiki, the whole talk we had before, I thought that's legit where Shiki was at now. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is how he thinks now after everything. I was like, okay. And I was just like, all right, I'm going with it. But this being like how he actually feels about, you know, murder and death and meaning in life, like this makes infinitely more sense. And I'm glad that, and it just highlights the difference so much more between these two individuals. And Shiki, of course. Without a sound, he takes them off. He's already dead. It's over. It's hard to breathe. Within the dark night, Shiki-san's eyes are glowing blue. It's so scary it makes me think that even if I was killed, it couldn't be helped. Hold on. He's looking at Shiki-san like he's looking at a lover. Alright, I understand. I have to live to atone for my sins. So, it seems he wants to say not to kill him. Yeah, I can't kill you if your goal is to atone for your sins. Shiki-san stops. The man smiles and grips his knife harder. Then, but for you, I'm a killer, right? Then, a killer doesn't have human morals like letting a criminal atone for his sins. What? Ah! After a light footstep pushing off the ground. I fucking love Shiki, dude. Shiki-san's knife flows through the air and past his attacker. A light, swinging sound. After that, the man falls to the ground. Shiki-san lets out a sigh of relief and puts his glasses back on. The killer lies motionless on the ground. Yeah, I like that distinction. Like, he only saw Shiki as a killer. Like, why would he, like he's just using that as an excuse to convince Shiki to let him live. He doesn't legitimately believe that because the whole circumstance that led to him, like, developing this view and how he sees Shiki is, like, was that to begin with. So, of course, that's not legit. I love Shiki. The killer lies motionless on the ground. But he's not dead. I can tell that he's only unconscious. Actually, I knew that Shiki-san didn't have any intention to kill from the start. Oh, he didn't. There you go. Yo. So what did he cut? Did he cut his eyes? Did he kill, like, his power? What did he kill there? Because that's crazy. Because, yeah, Shiki doesn't have to take... This is a great song. I like this. Because yeah, Shiki doesn't have to take their life. We know he can kill individual things, and the Mystic Eyes of Death Perception can do that. But I wonder, Akira-chan? He sounds hesitant. His voice makes my heart jump so much I almost fall. You're Seo Akira-chan, right? I heard from Akiya. Shiki-san reaches out his hand to me. Oh, yes, excuse me. I take Shiki-san's hand and stand back up. Still shocked from what just happened, my legs are a little weak. I can't stand up straight, so I grab onto Shiki-san's arm. Man, this is so embarrassing. I can't speak clearly right now, so I shake my head. I want to say I'm alright. I don't want to see the man on the ground. I'm confused since I've never hugged a man before. Anyway, everything in my head is pure chaos, and we are back to the intro. Yeah, shall I go somewhere else? He must have guessed what I wanted to say, as he starts to walk with my hand in his. Can we leave him like that? Yeah, Senpai should take care of him. Thank you, Seo. With that, Shiki-san walks towards the gate. And like that, it all ended so simply. Actually, I bet most of the things that are going to happen to me will be simple like this one. Shiki-san didn't try to ask me anything, but I have something I don't understand and want to ask him. Shiki-san? Were you looking for me? And is this the end? Shiki-san nods. I don't get it even more now. Why? I only called you once, and it was a one-sided call that sounded like a prank, so why? That's a good question. Haha, that call did sound like a prank, but your voice was so serious. I couldn't just ignore you, so I wanted to hear you out. Well, I didn't expect that it would lead me to the killer I was searching for since yesterday. Of course, he was already looking for him. My man Shiki. He sounds embarrassed. Well, I'll walk you home. You're staying at the hotel in the neighboring town, right? Oh, right when I try to answer with a yes, my stomach growls cutely, or so I want to believe. Okay. Stupid me. What am I doing feeling relieved and forgetting that I'm hungry? I mean, that seems natural. Shiki-san looks troubled and... Alright, let's go eat something. I'll treat you to something as a bribe not to talk about this. He says something that makes me happy. Oh, hold on. Before that, Shiki-san takes out his wallet and opens it. I'm astonished when I look in out of curiosity. It's amazing how old his wallet is, but I think it's more amazing that there's only one 500 yen coin in there. Do you like stall soba? He murmurs weakly. I thought so. I knew girls don't like stall soba. I frantically think of what I should say. I can't say I have more money, so I'll treat you. But I can't find anything good to say, so for some reason... I love soba. I actually said that? Oh. I can feel my face turning red. Shiki-san looks dumbfounded. Oh, then follow me. He sounds happy as he starts to walk. I suppress my feelings of joy as I follow him. Well, New Year's Eve is soon. It might be good to eat soba on a night like this. Huh? Then, I'm assailed by the familiar dizziness as I continue to stare at Shiki-san's back. Within my twirling vision, I see a happy illusion that I'm with Tono-senpai, Shiki-san, and some people I don't know. Oh, does she see a future of where she's with everybody? Does she see Koaku and Hisui as well? Akira-chan? Oh, I'm coming. I answer as I start to run up to him. I see. A lot has happened, but an encounter like this is possible, right? After catching up to Shiki-san, I clap in prayer to Shiki-san's back. I pray my final wish of the year. Well, Shiki-san, it looks like I will be causing you lots of trouble, but please give me your best regards. Finn. Wait, is that it? Yo! Oh, that's crazy. Oh, she must be in Kagetsu Toya, of course. That's awesome, dude. I'll be causing you lots of trouble. There you go. That's so cool. What a neat little story to introduce her character and establish a weird... That was a weird twist. But interesting. But yeah, this guy whose mystic eyes let him see the past had an encounter with a girl who can see the future. or sees the past and can put it together to see the future. That's why he was so knowledgeable. He was so intuitive about that conversation with her and regarding seeing the past and everything, and his very fucked up worldview. But he had an encounter with Shiki, which allowed him to see his past, and he went crazy after seeing everything and decided that killing was the one way to like change himself and to, man, like he escaped the race. And that, man, because yeah, I'm so glad Shiki just came at him like that over that bullshit he was talking about. Shiki is such a good protagonist, man. And I said this during my Tsukihime playthrough. Like, I love Shiro, but it's very nice that Shiki can just, like, Shiki is his own character. He's not burdened by that broken ideal that Shiro has to have because, you know, he personally just values it so much. Like, he finds it beautiful, right? So it's like natural, but Shiki can just, through his own flaws and through what he values, can approach it in an entirely different way. And it makes me appreciate him as a protagonist so much. And to hear him just break that guy down right there was great. And I wonder if he killed his power. It must have been what he did. But yeah, I guess that is where I'm gonna call this part. I don't know what the rest of this stuff is. I guess I could click and see what happens. Getcha. What is this? Oh, this is a whole other thing. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the recording here. Turn the title. And we have cleared the first one, so I guess next time we'll be doing the next one and we'll keep it going. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this. Feels great to be back into Tsukihime stuff. I am ready to keep it going, get to Kagetsu Toya, and hell yeah. That was nice, that was cool. If you want to see more of my Tsukihime Plus 6 playthrough and even Kagetsu Toya, because I will be a few parts ahead on my Patreon, and you can check on my page in the description for $5 if you want to support the channel, as well as get early access to this playthrough, and of course to Kagetsu Toya. I do early access to everything on my channel, so if you want to check that out, that's there. There you go. But once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.